I was working with a client recently, and the client signed on she bought Insight, and she bought Solution Consulting. And as many of you know, we mandate that there's an exec meeting as a part of Solution Consulting to talk about comp strategy. And it is hard sometimes to get the exec team together. And twice, early on in my career in Solution Consulting, I made the mistake of saying, okay, let's move forward. And twice, I came to regret that decision. So it doesn't happen ever again. The exec call happens. I don't care if we have to wait 8 weeks to start your project. We're not starting without your executive buy-in. So anyway, I'm talking to this woman. I'm like, you've got to get your CEO on the phone. She goes, you don't understand how hard that is. And I said, well, it's got to happen. So she's like, okay. So she was relatively new to the organization, thank goodness. So she had that like honeymoon period where she could tell her CEO something and actually do it, you know? And so she said, you have to come to this call, right? So he said, okay, you got 15 minutes. She tells me, you got 15 minutes. I'm like, oh gosh. So I'm like talking fast. And I'm like, listen, all I need from you is I need to understand where your priorities lie relative to compensation. She had already told me this guy doesn't give a rip about compensation, which is always sort of curious to me. How as an executive of a company do you not care about compensation? How do you not care about the single largest cost of doing business? Here is what I believe about what you're hearing when people say that. That CEO does not like how he has experienced compensation in the past. That CEO has had what I call bad HR. So anyway, so she gets the guy on the phone, and I'm talking about, the compensation plan, and all I need from him is a strategy. And I need a strategy to understand where he needs to invest his dollars as an organization. And I said, I need to know where are the areas that we've got to overinvest in to make sure that you guys are successful, because they were trying to 2x, 3x, 4x like many of our companies, right? And he goes, oh, you mean like the 12 names in the drawer, right? 12 names in the drawer. There's 12 names on the drawer on a piece of paper. It's sitting in my top drawer. There's 3 executives in this company, and they know who those 12 people are. Those people can have anything. Anything they want. Anything. Can you imagine? They can have anything they want. There's a comp strategy. So I said to him, great, let's figure out how to pay for that. Because you can't pay for those 12 people by paying everybody at the 90th percentile. So let's make it happen. All of a sudden, CEO is engaged. All of a sudden, CEO is delegating this project to members of his executive team because we hit his pain point. We made it relevant. He doesn't care about compensation, BS. She called me the next day. She asked me if she was on the list. I told her I didn't think so.